Shabbat Shalom, everybody.
Shalom.
We're on page 6, welcoming the Sabbath angels.
Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon, Melech Malchei Amlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Boachem Leshalom, Malachei Hashalom.
Ranana, page 10. 10.
אשר נשבעתי באפי. ריבון אל מנוחתי, תדלה
Page 20, please stand.
Kabbalat
to page 22 with the words towards the bottom of the page. Receive our prayer, hear our cry, you who know our secret things. Yachid Ge'eh.
יחיד גאה לעמך פני זוכרי קדושתך יחיד גאה לעמך פני זוכרי קדושתך יחיד גאה לעמך בני זוכרי קדושתך יחיד גאה לעמך בני זוכרי קדושתך
Let's take a deep breath, a Shabbat breath. So in the beginning, there was creation, but one of the things that God created was cessation, right? God stopped. Vayishbot. Shavat v'nafash, stopped and resold. So what does it mean for us to stop? After a week of clattering sounds and cluttered minds and so much to do, what does it mean to stop? Erich Fromm, the great 20th century psychologist, said that Shabbat was a day to move from having to being. So I invite you, if you would like to close your eyes for a few minutes and consider what it means to be instead of to have. We define ourselves in this culture, in this society, often by having stuff, material goods, homes, degrees, status. Just imagine yourselves for one moment opening your hands and letting it all go and dwelling in being rather than having, in being rather than having to. Go down inside to the core of your own being, where all you have to do is just be. Let your body go and breathe there. And breathe from there. And we'll have a moment of silence as we dwell in that sacred space. And now, I think we're ready to greet the Shabbat bride with Lecha Dodi on page 24.
Lecha Dodi likrat Kala Penei Shabbat Nekabela Shmor וזכור בדיבורך השמיענו והמיוחד אדוני אחד ושמו אחד לשם ולתפארת ולתהילה לך אדוני לקראת גאולה פני שבת נקבלה לקראת שבת לכו לנערה כי מקור הברכה מראש מקדם נסוכה סוף מעשה במחשבה תחילה לך אדוני לקראת גאולה אלי פני שבת נקבלה מקדש מלך עיר מלוכה קומי צאי מתוך אפיך רע לך שבט בקבך והוא יחמול עלייך חמלה לך אדוני לקראת גאולה פני שבת נקבלה התנערי ויפר קומי אישי בגדי תפארתך מיהו על ידי בית הלחמי קורבה אל נפשי גאלה אדוני לקראת גאולה פני
Please rise and face the back of the room. or the
בואי בשלום, עטרת בעלה, גם בשמחה ובצולה, תוך אמונם סגולה, בואי חלה, שבת המלכה,
Healing prayer on page 30.
healer of the brokenhearted, binder of our wounds, counter of uncountable stars. You know who we are. הרופא נשבו אליהם ומחבש לעצבותיו במספר לכוכבים לכולם שמות תקרא
Shabbat Shalom, everybody. I'm Rabbi Diane Coloresas, one of the rabbis at Romemu. A warm welcome to everybody, and we'd love to hear who's new in the room, who's never been to Romemu services. You might have been in this room, but if you've never been to Romemu services, we'd love to hear your name and where you're from. Taina, do you want to begin? Here. Judith.
Taina, who graduated from kindergarten today.
Woo! And where does Taina live?
Manhattan. Yes.
Well,
Washington
welcome.
Heights. Woo! You want to say something?
I want to hold this.
Not for too long.
What?
We have to let other people have a chance. You want to say hi?
Hi.
Oh,
Hi.
My name's Judy. I'm Josine's sister. I grew up here, but I live in Montreal.
Welcome. Welcome, Judy. Yeah.
My name is Darius Sivan. I live in Tacoma Park, Maryland. I've been attending online since the spring of 2020.
Wow.
And this is my first time to have the privilege of actually
Wow.
being in this
Welcome, Darius. Woo!
room. And I grew up in Brooklyn.
Brooklyn! If you're on Zoom and you're new, please put your name in the chat. We welcome you as well.
Hi, my name is Tomer. I'm here with my daughter Shira, and we're coming from San Francisco to make pilgrimage to New York.
Nice. Welcome, Tomer.
Hi, my name is Ohad. I grew up in Boston and I live here in New York now.
Welcome, Ohad. This is a great crowd. I love it. Okay.
I'll speak for the three of us. We're from Israel. We're Orion's family.
Nice. Woo! Welcome. Bruchim haba. Brachot haba.
Hi, we're the crew from Temple Emmanuel in Haverhill, Massachusetts, and we've come to New York for the weekend for a visit.
Nice. Okay, and I hand it over to Jeffrey Kahn, our Executive Director, for some announcements.
Hi, everybody. Well, the first announcement was going to be that we had a group from Haverhill, Massachusetts. You know, I officiated a wedding in Haverhill for a friend of mine. Yeah, just a couple months ago. How about that? What a coincidence.
Who was the friend they were?
Yeah, well, Bill. His name's Bill. Do you know Bill? So, for those of you that want more things and more Romemu this weekend, on Sunday is our bi-monthly, every other week, community kitchen. So Sunday at 2 p.m., come and feed the hungry in the neighborhood. So please volunteer to do that. You can always email Rabbi Terry Bookman if you're interested in being a volunteer. And our beloved Rabbi David Ingber, who is in the Holy Land for the next about 3 weeks now. You can find him online. Check your Romemu email. He is participating in the Mystics Summit, which is starting June 26th to the 30th. It's actually free if you register. And there's an incredible group of over 35 scholars, teachers, all kinds of contemporary mystics and soul-stirring people to engage you with wisdom, poetry, ritual, all kinds of things. So I encourage you to check that out. It's really quite amazing. And if you have kids who have not yet had a bar mitzvah, so you guys are now disqualified, Seekers is moving to Saturday. So the entire Seekers community will be participating with the rest of the Romemu community on Saturday. There'll be Hebrew school for the kids, and the adults can actually come to services, which is really an amazing thing. So tell your friends that have young families, Seekers on Saturday, coming up this fall. And of course, if you're here for the first time or for the 1,000th time, and you have not yet taken this chance to join Romemu as a member, you have an opportunity. Membership in Romemu is what allows us to do everything we do. Every week we do it. So please become a member. You can go on the website. There's a membership category for every make and model of person and family. So we encourage you to join and join soon. Tomorrow morning, 8:45, open book with Rabbi Diane Kohler-Esses, and 10 o'clock for Shabbat morning services. Shabbat Shalom.
Even if you don't live close, you can still become a member. We have global membership. Just wanted to mention that.
Yeah, thank you to our global members for all you do for Romemu.
We are now turning to the Baruch Hu, back to our service. On page 31, please rise as you are able.
Bye.
Page 34 for the blessings before the Shema.
אלך חיה וקיימת, תמיד תמלוך עלינו לעולם ועד. ברוכה את שכינה, המרהיבה
Page 36 for the divine love song.
אהבתך אל תסיר ממנו לעולמי. ברוך אתה אדוני אוהב עמו ישראל.
Page 37 for the Shema.
Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך. והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך וקשרתם לאות על ידיך והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך. והיה עם שמות
Page 41.
ויאמר אדוני אל משה לאמור, דבר לבני ישראל ואמרת להם, ועשו להם ציצית על כלפי בגדיהם לדורותם, ונתנו על ציץ הכנף פתיל תכלת, והיה לכם לציצית וראיתם אותו, וזכרתם את כל מצוות אדוני ועשיתם אותם, ולא תטורו אחרי לבבכם ואחרי עיניכם אשר אתם זונים אחריהם, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אדוני אלוהיכם.
Page 48.
מי כמוך באלים אדוני,
Ba'elim Adonai,
מי כמוך נדר בקודש, משה ומרים, העיינו ויאמרו, אדוני ימלוך, לעולם ועד. היי, דידי, לי, 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 דידי, לי, לי, לה, 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 יה. דידי, לי, 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 לה. דידי, לי, 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 לה. נאמר כי פדה אדוני את יעקב וגאלו מיד חזק ממנו, ברוך אתה אדוני גאל ישראל.
Page 49 for Hashkiven.
השכיבנו אדוני אלוהינו לשלום, העמידנו מלכנו לחיים. השכיבנו ופרוס עלינו סוכת שלומך, ברוך אתה אדוני, הפורש סוכת שלום עלינו, ועל כל עמו ישראל, ועל כל יושבי תבל, ועל ירושלים. ושם
Page 52.
בני ישראל את השמיים, לעשות את השמיים, ודותם ברית העולם. יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה, ילמד דברה קירותי וימליך מלכותי, בחייכנו יומכון ובחיי דכל בית ישראל, בגלה ובזמן קריב ויאמרו אמן. יהי שמי רבה מבורך לעולם יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל, שמי דקודשה ברכו לילה, מן כל ברכתה ושירתה, תוש דחתה ונחמתה, דאמירן בעולמה, and let us say
Amen. The Amidah, the standing prayer, begins on page 56 and following pages. may be seated. Last week, we had a joyous celebration of a bar mitzvah, and it was last Shabbat afternoon, so it was the mincha service. And in the mincha service, we read a piece of the parsha of the week to come, the portion of the week to come. So we celebrated Ham's bar mitzvah, and Ham's turned his Dvar Torah, his sermon, into a song about Korach. So I thought tonight, and that's what the secret keyboard is doing here tonight, we could hear a few bars of Hobbes's magnificent song.
Hello. Okay, so, can everyone see me? Okay, awesome. So I'm gonna just start now. I'm gonna sing about Korach. I hope it doesn't make you snorach. This song is about complaining, and the Torah portion I was laning. Korach wanted to rule the Israelites. He felt that it was his birthright, 'cause he was Moses' older cousin. Korach said to Moses and Aaron, all the community are holy, each and every one of them, and Adonai is in their midst. Why then do you raise yourselves above? Korach is complaining. His followers are complaining too. Now I like complaining, and I want to complain about Korach in this song. Why? 'Cause he's doing it wrong. Century biblical scholar and commentator Nechama Leibowitz can say it for me. In her commentary, she says that Korach only cares about himself. Korach doesn't say all the congregation is holy, but instead he says all the congregation are holy, every one of them, every one of them, every one of them. The word one shows that he is putting his selfish ambitions before the needs of the Israelites' community. He pretends to complain for everyone, but really it's for himself. There's a thing called arguing for the sake of heaven. Not trying to prove yourself right, not trying to prove someone wrong. You're both just looking for the truth. Complaining for a cause is a lot like that. Complaining for the sake of heaven is complaining based on truth. Trying to reach a greater good. So if we complain together, then we talk together and we think together. So then we may find a solution to a problem, or at least mitigate the effects. Should we complain for the sake of the world? I say yes.
Tickets to Korach, the Broadway musical. Sign up now. How do I give a plain old sermon after that? I really don't know. I want to ask a few questions about Korach. So Korach is complaining, and somehow we get complaint week in and week out. We're kind of sick of it. Like Hobbes, I want to complain about all this complaining. But I think Korach's complaint takes a very specific iteration that I want us to pay attention to. The first line, I'm in Hobbes's song. Okay. The first line is already mysterious and confusing. It says, and Korach, the son of Yitzhar, son of Kahat, son of Levi, took, and Datan Aviram, the son of Eliav, and On ben Pelet, son of Reuven. Vayikach Korach ben Yitzhar ben Kahat ben Levi, v'Datan Aviram, b'nei Eliav, v'On ben Pelet ben b'nei Reuven. What's missing? What did he take? He took. What did he take? There's no object for the verb. It's a very strange, unfinished sentence in the Torah. Hobbes, what do you think? What did Korach take? So maybe he just took all these 250 men with him to go talk to Moses. That's a great piece of commentary. But still, we still need to ask, why doesn't the Torah tell us this? So put that question on hold for a moment. And I want us to look a little bit at Korach's lineage as we try to understand who this Korach character is. Now, as Hobbes told us, Korach was an older cousin of Moses and Aaron. And he's specifically from the Kahat family, right? That's the family of the larger Levite tribe that he's part of. And this Kahat family had a very interesting job. They were part of the kind of Moshe movers, right? You know those big trucks that you see? Those moving trucks. And it was their job to move all the things in the sanctuary from place to place. But there was one thing they couldn't do. They couldn't touch the holy objects until the priests wrapped them up. They couldn't have direct contact with the holy objects. These things were so sacred that the Kohatites were not permitted to fetch them out of their places themselves. And in fact, if they did, they might die. As it says, when Aaron and his sons, this is in Numbers 4, have finished covering the sacred objects and all the furnishings of the sacred objects at the breaking of camp, only then shall the Kohatites come and lift them so that they do not come in contact with the sacred objects and die. So any student of the Torah, anyone who reads these portions week in and week out, know that while holiness is essential for life, it can also be extremely dangerous. So like standing at Mount Sinai, if you come too close, right? If the Israelites touch the mountain, they might die. And this Mishkan, this sanctuary, is a replication of Mount Sinai. And the holiness is so intense that if you touch it the wrong way, if the Kohatites touch the unwrapped holy objects, they could die. So you can imagine this guy, Korach, being upset. Why do Aaron and Moses' family, why do the priests get to touch the holy objects, but his family can't? So here's his complaint, and now maybe it makes sense. He says to Moshe and Aaron, Rav lachem, you have too much. Ki chol ha'edah Kulam Kedoshim. Because everyone here is holy. I'm not less holy than you. I want equal access to holiness. I want to be egalitarian when it comes to holiness. It sounds reasonable, doesn't it? And they say, Kulam Kedoshim Ubtucham Adonai. And in their midst is Adonai, is God. Umadua titnasu akal Adonai. And why do you raise yourselves up over the rest of the congregation? It's true. If you read the Torah, you understand the priests had an elevated role. They can come into contact with uncovered holiness. And it's also true that God's holiness and God's presence lived amongst the Israelites, right? There was access to holiness and to God for every single person, but it was not equal access. So Korach is clearly envious. Korach wants what Aaron and Moses have. You have too much, he says. In his eyes, they have more and he has less. Now, this is kind of a familiar complaint. We all feel sometimes that someone's too entitled, someone in power shouldn't walk around and be so arrogant. We often complain about leaders and we don't like how they wield their power, right? Does that sound familiar? But I think what's happening with Korach here is he's trying to tear them down as he tries to minimize their power as he tries to maximize his own, right? It's not, as Hab said, for the sake of heaven. It's not for the sake of community. It's like, I feel little, so I'm going to make you little so I can feel a little bit bigger. And just to be clear, I think there is a place for complaint. There's a place for complaint, the kind of complaint, as Hab said, for the sake of heaven. Are we complaining for the sake of the greater good? Are we trying to build something with our complaints instead of tearing something down? So this sense of envy is an ancient spiritual malady. And I think in our times, it's reached a kind of interesting apex. I think that social media has made this kind of envy much, much worse. Did you ever look at Facebook or Instagram or TikTok and say, oh my God, that person has the perfect life? Like, why do they have so much and I have so little? And I know people who won't even look at Facebook because it feels so toxic in that way. A young family member said to me recently that a certain girl on Instagram, her life was so glamorous, her life was so glitzy, and she's really a beautiful girl. And I know, because I know her family and her parents, that she had been in a horrible accident and was like struggling and suffering all these months. But all that was shown on Instagram was the glamour and the glitz, right? It's as we hear in the 12-step program, like, don't compare your insides to someone else's outsides, right? And that whole notion of compare and despair, I think it's rampant. So what's challenging for Korach right now in living his own life? Like, why does he want Moshe and Aaron's life? Why does he want more? So if you think about the last Parsha, right? That was the Parsha where there was a sin of the spies and all of Israel was relegated to die, or all of Israel over 20 years was relegated to die in the wilderness, right? So it's now a kind of grief-infused society. They're going to be traveling through the wilderness for 40 years and never see the promised land. So you can imagine that Korach is mad. You can imagine Korach wants a way out, and for Korach, the way is complaint. I know how that is. It's kind of the perfect escape. Instead of living in what we are and who we are, we wish we had what someone else had. And yet, I think there is real power in owning our own lives, in all its particularity, in all its specific circumstances. Maybe sometimes the relentlessness of specificity, right, where we feel sometimes trapped, maybe that's actually an opportunity. Maybe through navigation or strategy, we can figure out how to make our dreams come true despite all the limits and barriers, or through them, because of them. So if we go back to the beginning and we ask, what did Korach take? I think if we really pay attention to the Torah, we see that Korach really took nothing, because Korach was grasping. Korach was grasping because he didn't want to be in his own self and his own life. It's written in Ethics of the Father, who is wealthy? Who is Ashir? The person who is Sameach B'chalko, the person who is happy in their own portion. But it's so hard to be part, right? It's so hard to be part and see someone else who has a different part and someone else who has a different part. And then we're sort of not willing to be our part or have our part because we want their part. So I have some friends, like I say often to Keith, like, oh my God, you're so talented, right? He's a musician and an artist and it is, and I kind of wish I had what Keith had. And yet, in my stronger moments, I just celebrate my friends' strengths and their abilities and their talents, and I'm willing to be who I am in what I can do and give this world. Sorry. So can we embrace the whole catastrophe, as Nikos Kazantzakis says in Zorba the Greek? Here we are, as we are, in all our pride, headed towards the promise, if we are willing to be exactly who we are. Hallelujah. Vahashevota on page 70.
והשבונה אל לבביך כי אדוני הינו האלוהים
Page 116 for Mourner's Kaddish. If you're saying Kaddish or observing a yurt site, we invite you to stand. And if you'd like to say the name of the person that you're reciting Kaddish for. And people in the Zoomagog, feel free to put names of your beloved in the chat. Again, page 116. Yitgadal v'yikadash shmei Rabbah. V'yalma divrach chirutei v'yamlich malchutei v'chayechon v'yomechon v'chayei dechol be'Yisrael b'gala u'b'zman kariv v'imru amen. Yehei shmei Rabbah mivarach le'olam le'yomei amaya. Yibarach v'yishtabach v'yipa'ar v'yitramah v'yitnaseh v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shemei d'kusha b'rechu le'ela min kol berchata v'shirata tush berchata v'nechamata damiran v'yoma v'imru Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru Oseh shalom b'mamav hu yaseh shalom Aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'al kol yeshvei tevel v'imru amen. Kiddush. Before Kiddush, just some thank yous to Nate on AV in the back, to Operations, Victor, Blanca, Lenore, Freddie, Lorena. Security is Gil. On staff is Jeffrey Kahn and Ari Wharton in the Zoomagog. Thank you, Ari. Prayer leaders, Aya Roth, Noah Solomon, and on drums, Orion Rosenzweig. And our greeter for tonight, thank you to Stacy Roseblass.
Rabbi Diane Koresis. ויחולו השמיים והארץ וכל צבאם ויחן אלוהים ביום השביעי מלאכתו אשר עשה וישבות ביום השביעי מכל מלאכתו אשר עשה ויברך אלוהים את יום השביעי ויקדש אותו כי בו שבת מכל מלאכתו אשר ברא אלוהים לעשות. סברים ענם רבותיי, ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם, בורא פרי הגפן. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם, אשר קידשנו במצוותיו ורצה בנו, שבת קודשו ויעבר ברצון הנחילנו, זיכרון למעשה בראשית, כי הוא יום תחילה למקראי קודש, זכר ליציאת מצרים, כי בנו בחרת ואותנו קידשת מכל העמים, ושבת קודשך באהבה וברצון הנחלתנו. ברוך אתה אדוני מקדש השבת. עושה